All right, friends, welcome to Topic B for Module 4. Topic B is going to cover 2 lessons, 5 and 6, which means we will probably do both of these lessons in one day. So Topic B is all about special notations of operations. Actually, just kidding. We're going to do these separately. One lesson is exponents and one lesson is order of operations. Fun times. Okay, our objectives for Topic B, 6EE1. I can write and evaluate numerical expressions with exponents, hashtag order of ops, hashtag one group, hashtag 2EX, hashtag 3x divide, hashtag 4 plus minus, and hashtag each step left to right. And then our priority standard for this topic is 6EE2C. I can evaluate expressions given the value of a variable, hashtag formulas, hashtag order of ops. All right, so here is a quick video going over writing numerical expressions.
In this video, I'm going to cover how... Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, I'm going to cover how to write numerical expressions from a given phrase. So basically, we're given words or a situation, and we write out the numbers and operations to represent that. Understanding how to write out numerical expressions is a skill needed for problem solving and understanding situations where math is applied. Taking these phrases or a given situation and being able to understand them helps us to apply math to whatever we are trying to solve. Now, recognizing keywords is going to be very important when writing numerical expressions. So let's jump into our examples here and start with number 1, where we have the sum of 19 and 5. So sum is our keyword. It means the answer to an addition problem. So we are going to add 19 and 5. So that's going to be our numerical expression to represent that phrase. So 19 plus 5. Let's move on to number 2, where we have 82 decreased by 34. So decreased by means that we are going to subtract. So our numerical expression, 82 minus 34. Decreased by is going to be subtraction. On to number 3, where we have 21 divided by 7. So here we have division. 21 divided by 7. Now, there are different ways to represent division. So that's one way. Another way would be writing it as a fraction. So 21 divided by 7. And we can also use a slash. So 21 divided by 7. So a few different ways there to represent division. Number 4, the product of 10 and 6. So product, that's the answer to a multiplication problem. So this is going to be multiplication. So 10 times 6. So we can write 10 times 6. We can also use a filled in circle or dot here, 10 times 6. We can use an asterisk, so 10 times 6. And then also we can use parentheses, so 10 times 6. So different ways to represent multiplication for number 4 there. And let's move on to number 5, where we have 25 less than 46. So when we see less than, we actually switch the order. This is going to be subtraction. We're taking 25 less than 46. So it's going to be 46 minus 25. So when you see that less than, we flip the order there. On to number 6, where we have the quotient of 81 and 9. Quotient is our key word, and it means the answer to a division problem. So we have 81 divided by 9 for our numerical expression for number 6. Number 7, 8 increased by 3. So increased by, we are going to add 3 to 8. So we have 8, and we are increasing it by 3. So increasing something, we are adding. Lastly, number 8, we have 20 times 14. So times, that's going to be multiplication. So we have 20 times 14. So there you have it. There are the basics of writing numerical expressions. Use keywords to figure out the operation and then write the expression. I hope that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.
Not going to lie, the difference between the decrease by and the less by, I still always get those confused as to which number are they talking about coming first. So that's going to be the most difficult thing that happens to me. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I always struggle with when it comes to this concept. There I go again, writing all in between, not in between the lines and stuff. All right, our terms, special vocabulary for this topic. There's a lot of them. So we have algebraic expressions. Expression, again, does not have an equal sign. So an expression containing numbers, variables, and operators, such as plus and minus, that represents a single value and does not contain equal signs or inequality symbols. Example, 2m or 9a plus 3. Again, no equal signs, no inequality symbols. A base. In the term y to the 6th power, the y is the base or the repeating factor and may be a variable or a number. So in this case, 2 is the base, 9 is the base. Actually, not in these because the base is only when we're talking with exponents. My bad. All right, cubed. When a base is raised to the 3rd power, for example, 5 to the 3rd power, can be read as 5 cubed. Evaluate. To evaluate an expression means that you find the answer. Exponential notation for whole number exponents. It is a way to write numbers using exponents. For example, the number 3,125, which is written in standard form, can be written as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is expanded form, or we can write it as 5 to the 5th power, which is exponential form. Right? It provides a simpler alternative to expanded form when indicating that a number should be multiplied by itself repeatedly. We can read 5 to the 5th power as 5 to the 5th power. All right, exponents. So in the term 3y to the 6th power, that 6 is the exponent. When we write exponents, we have to make sure that the exponent that we write is smaller than all of our numbers or variables, and it is up above them, okay? The exponent tells you how many times to use the base, which in this case is y, as a factor, which means that we're going to multiply y by itself 6 times. A numerical expression, there's that word expression again, a group of numbers, symbols, and operators, such as plus and minus, that represents a single value and does not contain equal signs or inequality symbols. So for example, 2 times 4 is a numerical expression, and 9 times the quantity 5 plus 1 is a numerical expression. Squared, when a base is raised to the 2nd power, for example, 5 squared, 5 to the 2nd power can be read as 5 squared. And then value of a numerical expression, the number found by evaluating the expression, or in other words, by simplifying the expression to a single value. For example, the value of the expression 3 times 8 is 24. So not necessarily saying it's the answer, but we are evaluating, and that is the value. It's essentially the same thing as giving the answer. Not gonna lie, you guys are gonna hate this module because of all the writing that we have to do. And for those of us that like to take shortcuts and not show your work, this is not the time to do that. Please hear me out on that. This is not the time to do that. This is one quick way to show the type of work that we will be doing. And notice that with this example, there are no variables. When we get into variables, it's going to get even more detailed. So it's asking us to evaluate using the order of operations. You guys, in this module, we have to go step by step and we have to show the work step by step. Yes, you are going to groan, you are going to hate it, but you have to show the work. This is not the time to take shortcuts. This is not the time to do mental math. You can do the mental math as you process, but you still have to show the steps that you took, okay? This is what I mean. Order of operations. So, we do parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, and then addition or subtraction. I'm going to put these in little brackets because we do those in whatever order they appear, because the order does not matter when it comes to multiplication and division or addition and subtraction. Well, it does matter for subtraction. Okay, so in this expression, 2 to the 4th power times 3 plus 5 minus 14 divided by the quantity 3 plus 4. First thing that we're going to do is parentheses. So guess what we have to write? We have 2 sets of parentheses. So we get to rewrite the first set of parentheses. And now we're going to solve what's inside this first set, because that's the first thing that we have to do is 3 plus 4, which is 7. Okay, so first step is to solve what is 3 plus 4. But when we solve that, we still have to rewrite the whole expression again. Okay, so next step, we're still working within the parentheses, right? So the next step in the parentheses would be to check, are there any exponents within the parentheses? Nope. Is there any multiplication or division? Oh, yeah, there's division right here, right here. So we're going to do 14 divided by 7. Well, guess what? We have to rewrite the problem again. Minus 14 divided by 7 is 2. And we're going to go step by step just like this. Also, with this, there is no need to have the dot there, because if we write it, with just the base and the exponent outside of the parentheses and right next to it is the parentheses, that lets us know that that is multiplication. So we don't have to have the dot on there. I know for this example, it gives it to you because we are guiding you to that place so that you can realize that you don't need the dot there. It is not necessary. But you guys are used to seeing a symbol to represent multiplication. So, you know, we're taking baby steps to get to the point where you won't need that symbol anymore. All right, so we did our division. There's nothing else within the parentheses that takes precedence. So now we're going to go in order from left to right. So I'm going to rewrite my 4, 2 to the 4th power. I have 13 plus 5, which is 18, minus 2, which is 16. You don't need to write the parentheses. You can. It's not going to hurt anything at this point. Okay, so I could write this as 2 to the 4th power times 16. Either way is acceptable. Okay, so I did the parentheses. Now, exponents. Okay, I should have done my little, here's 2, 3 for the parentheses, 4 for the exponents, and then our last one over there. Okay, those are the steps. So 2 to the 4th power means that we are doing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, because we are multiplying our base, which is 2, 4 times to itself, because it's telling us that we're going to raise it to the 4th power. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so I have 4 times 4, which is 16. So I have 16 times 16. And when you do 16 times 16, you should get like 256, something like that. someone double check me with a calculator. We will probably use calculators within this module because it's not about the calculations now being correct. It's about you getting the process down and knowing the steps. So look at everything that I wrote out just to solve and to evaluate this expression using order of operations. We essentially simplified it down to 256, okay? All these steps are necessary. You cannot take the shortcuts. You have to do these steps. When you get into more complex algebraic equations and expressions, you have to do the steps because you're going to get into those opposites and opposites of opposites that are going to show up, and you will have to do the steps. It is a lot. It is going to be a lot of writing. I am letting you know now. You will not be happy with this module because of all the writing that you will have to do. Get used to it, friends. From here on out, there's going to be a lot of writing and math. Yes, I am running away because I can just imagine all of the complaints that I'm going to get about all the writing that you had to do for that expression. So I will see you guys in class.